Hi guys. Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. Hope everybody's doing great today. Let me know where you're from. Say hi. Hi Romeo, Gator, Crypto Rhino, Bonte. All right. I'm gonna give it a second here. My glasses are so foggy or something here. Can't see a thing. All righty. All right, so we're gonna go to the daily on Bitcoin here. So cool to see where everybody's from. Germany, Canada, Saudi Arabia, Korea. My son's in Korea right now. He's in the Marines. All right. So if you've been watching my videos, you pretty much know what the bullish and bearish options are, but we're going to go over them here. All right, so the most bullish option that we have on the table right now is that this move to the upside is a wave one. That it's going to pull back, or it's already pulled back, but we'll take a look at this little drop later. And that it's making a wave two. Now, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to not fill that gap. We got a little tiny gap right there. That little blue box. So I would assume that that will probably get filled. We cannot break the bottom of this wave sitting at 26,468. If we break it, then we're going to assume that all of this is a wave one and that it's coming down for a deeper wave two. More than likely, it's going to fill this gap. There wouldn't be any reason at that point to leave it behind, which means that it's probably going to come deep, and it's probably, going to take some time also because, let's see, if we use time, minimum time, and that's like the absolute minimum that that correction can take, would be the 23rd to the 26th. Okay. And we need to be coming down into it, not up. So basically, if this was to drop, say, and then it did this as a bounce, that's not time. We need to be coming down into that area. Okay. All right. So 1, 2, 1, 2 is what we would expect next. A nest. Okay. If this is 1, 2, 1, 2 like that, that's extremely bullish, guys. Extremely, extremely bullish. Not only because it's a nest, but because of the size of the nest. This would almost indefinitely mean that we're going back on a bull run because of how big it is. If it didn't mean that, it would definitely mean that we're going to put in a very, very high B wave up here. Okay. Which would be extremely bullish also. More than likely, it would mean bull run though. All right. So if we break 19,584, then we're just switching to the next bullish option. And that's that all of this was a one all the way up, and that it's coming down for a deeper two. Okay. Now we know that we don't want to get up underneath this support, because if we do, it's going to shift the market bearish. So if we come deeper and we break 19,584, we want to see V-shaped recovery and get back up on top of it. Okay. I tell my Discord, we want to see that birdie look. We call it birdies. How you used to draw birds as a kid. Okay. We want that bird look. Something that looks like there's a little birdie right here. See it? Not the best birdie in the world, but it's there. Okay? That's what we want to see. All right. And if we break 15,460, then that's awfully bad. And it's most definitely going to mean this was a C wave. Okay? Now, right now, Bitcoin's doing a great job of holding up here. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. Okay? Whether we get an additional hit to the high, this yellow line here is the 21 monthly moving average. I'm very surprised that it didn't tag it, but it could still tag it. Okay? It could put in a diagonal here, right? Tag it, or straight from here. Sometimes it likes to play around before it actually dumps. Okay? Back here, in these dumps, and I'm not bearish, I just want to show you what I'm talking about. It played around, just slowly coming down in this channel-y look and then dump. Slowly playing around in a channel-y look and then dump. Okay? So it can play around up here for a little while, maybe in a channel-y look at the same thing, and then dump. But the only thing that's really going to be a bearish thing that happens is if we get that channel-y look, whether it's from here or up here, okay? And then we dump through. If we backtest this or we don't, and we get that separation move. We do not want to see a move that looks like this. Okay? You may not be able to see that. My face may be in the way. We don't want to see a move that looks like this coming through here, because that is going to mean that we've got a 5-wave move. Even if we get that birdie V-shaped recovery here, we're going to need a big B wave. Big. The bigger the B, the more bullish. So when we get this 5-wave move over here, just maybe it can save itself and put a connector here. And then we would still assume we've got a 1 and 2 if we don't break this line. But getting a 5-wave move down off of a top, one is going to mean that is the first leg of something. And it's just bearish. It's not a good thing to get like that. Okay. As you can see, when you get one of those legs, you always get a partner. And this would be where we would need that big buy up in the middle here. We get something small like this, and then that's just ugly. Okay. So we don't know right now if it's the bull or the bear. We don't know. Okay. But as long as we, Bitcoin, okay, creates a controlled movement here and not that deep drop, it's not really going to matter whether it's the bull or the bear, because it's going to mean that we're going to get something higher. Because even if this is A, B, C like this, or it's A, B, C like this, okay, the bearish option, if we can put a connector here, Okay, if we can start this off in 3, 3, and then 5 or 3 and put something controlled here that potentially fills that gap, then we've just added a connector that is going to be X or B. And that means that either this whole leg or this leg will get a partner to the upside. Okay. It would be a bear market rally, but putting a connector here would be a very good thing. Dogs are going ballistic. I apologize. All right. Is there any questions about all of that? The internal count of the last wave up. Do you mean this wave or do you mean this wave? All right, let's take a look why he's, or she, sorry about that, is answering that question. And let's take a look at what this is up in here. Okay, so the 2-day, you're talking about this wave here. Well, it can be looked at several different ways. This wave? Well, we've got 1, 2, potentially 3, 4, 5 like this. That would be a 1. A pullback for a 2, and then we've got 5 waves in here. So there's several ways to look at it. You can look at it the bearish way, that it's ABC. Or you can look at it like that you've got a 1, 2, 1, 2, a nest. This here. This wave here. Okay. It's 5 waves. It's they're both 5 wave moves. So you got a little 1 down here. Okay. 3's here. It's questionable in here, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And then 5. What we don't know, because it hasn't come into its 1 yet, is the 5 done. Okay. So let's look at this wave right here. So we've got this little 1, 2 down here. All of this is 3 because you need to be able to count 5 waves in your third. It actually is right here because our first move is an expanded flat. All right. It can't be an ending expanding if you're thinking something like this. Even if you were to pull it back here or whatever, because these moves inside of here are 5 waves. Okay? So you can't have an ending diagonal with a count of 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. It has to be leading. Okay? Has to be leading. And then inside of here, I mean, I don't think that it's an expanding triangle if that's what you're thinking. Because in it, I mean, maybe, could be. Okay. More than likely, it's a complex structure. Expanding triangles are very, very rare. They do not happen very often at all. Okay. So the question is this wave right here. Okay, it's a 5-wave move. But what we don't know is it the start of something or the end of something. If it's the start of something, then it's a 1 and a 2. And that means that we would expect because, well, actually, it's invalidated. It touched it. I apologize. Right here, we got an overlap. Okay, so that means that this wave here is either a flat in the middle here, with this wave getting its partner leg right here. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So right now, that is coming off the top, very controlled and not dumping yet. But be careful of the channeling down look. And then it just gives you this little tick to the upside and then dumps. That is what the bearish option would be. Okay? I'm not particularly leaning that way, but we always have to keep it on the table. So this count is actually done. Okay? So we're looking for a 2. Okay? And a 2 can be very shallow. Okay? And then the most bullish option here is that this was a 5 here. Okay? And that this little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a 1 and a 2. But I'm not really leaning that way, guys. And the reason is, well, it did make time, actually. Just ticked it. So it can be. It can be. Okay? That little correction there was enough time to correct this, believe it or not. It just ticked it. So that's the most bullish option, is that we're going to come down for a 2. We're not going to break this. And it's going to go bullish. But let's talk about one other thing. Okay? Because I know everyone is very bullish at the moment. Thinking bullish. We need this daily time frame to come on down. Okay? Like I talk about all the time in my videos and to the Discord, we have to imagine this as a rubber band. Right here between 40 and 50 is where it's at its natural state. When it pushes this way, it stretches. And when it pushes this way, it stretches. It can only stretch so far before it has to come back to its natural state. Okay? And where the daily's sitting right now, it wouldn't be able to push in a big third wave sitting at 60. It needs to come down to at least 40 so that it can push to the upside. Okay, that's very important. Now, on the lower time frames, we've had this reset, which is good. Okay, but we really need that daily. If this was to roll over again, say, we would get reversal divergence here. And we really need that daily to come on down further if we're going to expect it to be very bullish. The most probable option, well, I would say that if we can get the daily to come on down, you know, you can't really say, honestly, okay, what the most probable option is. I would probably say we're in for a longer bear market. But I really have this feeling that we are going to go higher here. Okay, give something over here before we get this one over here. Okay, I think there's a very good chance that we make a much higher bear market rally, especially if it can pull back and flip all of this to support. Reset the momentum indicators, whatever one you're using, it doesn't matter, and give this, whether it's coming from back here or not, it doesn't really matter, give this a partner leg. Okay, I think there is a good chance, though, that everybody gets very surprised and we end up coming back to this area. Because, one, we have that gap sitting there, right here. We've got this gap. I don't see us leaving those behind and going on a big bull market from here. That's my opinion. I could be totally wrong, and we never come back to this. But if history is going to repeat itself, we've never left one behind. Back when, before COVID happened, we had a gap that was sitting in this area forever. We left it behind and went on this run up. Then we sat through this whole bear market. Then we were in this upwards move here, and then we get COVID and it filled it. Everybody was for sure that we were never going to fill that gap. So, you know, do we have to fill them? No, there's no rule about that. But, you know, if we close below 25K, no. That does not mean bear market continues. The absolutes, it's over for Bitcoin. We're going to now give this leg a partner, is breaking this low. Okay. It still has hopes for a bull market until it breaks this low. And yes, this could be a C leg, this whole thing. Yeah, I mean, gaps, like I said, there's no rule that they have to be filled, for sure. Okay. It's more that the CME fills it, not really Bitcoin itself. It's the CME. Okay, the CME fills it and Bitcoin follows the CME. So that's kind of what it really is. Okay. All right. So, what else did I want to say? I guess that's about it. Okay. It's really simple, guys. It's really simple. All right. We don't break this. Whoops. We don't break this. We stay above it. There's a potential that this is a 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's extremely bullish. That's our most bullish option. We break this, then we're going to say 1 and 2, 1 and 2. We break the next one. We're still holding on to hopes that that's going to be a 1 and this is going to be a 2. It's not until we break these lows that we will let go of all hopes that this is the start of something. Okay. All right. Let's see what requests we have. All right. I believe Sol is up here. All right. So on Sol, this is the leg that we want to get a partner for, whether it's coming from back here or not, because it could be argued that it's coming from back here. Okay. That would be the bearish option. But if it can put a connector here, which it looks pretty good that it's doing that, then it doesn't matter. We're getting this leg as a connector, or partner leg, I'm sorry, or this leg. Okay. All right. So the first invalidation point right now is this low. Let me change those to white. Second invalidation is this low. And then, of course, the third is here. So right now, the most bullish option is that we've got a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 2, and a 1 and a 2. And this one may not be done yet. This looks like 5. This looks like 5, and that's definitely 5. So that's the bull. The bear is that this is a zigzag, 5, 3, 5. That it's going to be a connector wave, and that this leg wants a partner. Then we would say 1 and 2. Of course, it can come deeper. We just can't break this low. So right now, we've got 1, 2, 3, looks like 4, maybe a 5th to the upside. Watch for it to be shallow and stay up here. But it just can't break this low for the bullish option. Okay. Is it FET or fetch? I guess FET, right? Let me know if, ooh, that ain't it. There we go. All right, so this leg is this run up right here. Looks really good. This is really a really nice one. So we've got this three-way move. Okay. It's got the same bullish option that this is the first invalidation. This is the second, to say that this is going to be the start of something as a 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, the way that it looks to me, just by looking at patterns for so long, it more looks like it is a three-wave move. Okay. And that now we're going to get this leg over here. Okay. But that's not going to break the bullishness any. All right. And then it should go to the upside, because we came off the top here with 3. That's beautiful. But the bull, okay, is just that it's maybe got an additional hit to the high, and then it's going to pull back, and then it's going to moon. Because that would be a nest. And then the bear is that this is a connector to give this leg a partner. Okay. And then we would say 1 and 2. And I don't know how deep it would come. This would be the first place that it would hold. And then if it doesn't hold there, it's going to drop through this insufficiency down to here. Okay. BRA. Hmm. Mhm. All right, so it's got this beautiful wave off the bottom here. This is one of the ones that there's no way that we can say that this is an A wave, that this is a B wave, and this is a C wave as an expanded flat, because this is way too high. Okay. If the A wave would have been higher, say something like this, then maybe. But this is absolutely, in my book, the start of something, which means we should get a partner. Like the probabilities of that are like 95%. Okay. So again, first invalidation is here. Second is here. Third is here. Most bullish option is that this is a 1, 2, looks like 3, needs a 4 and a 5. Then pull back. Then 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the bull. The bear is that it's 5, 3, 5, zigzag, that it's going to be a connector, and that this leg's going to get a partner, probably back down to here. And then we say 1, 2. Or A and B. And then we'd either get C wave for a bear market rally or bull run. Is this the most data? There we go. All right. So of course, we don't want to break this low. But say that it did. Say that it came on down, kept coming, and broke that low. Well, all that means is that it's resetting basically, and we wouldn't be able to call this a 1 and a 2. Okay, we would just start from here. So if it was to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull back, then we would do 1 and 2 like this. Okay, but hopefully it won't break that low. And it had a good little 5-wave move right there, but it broke the low of it. So the only bullish option that it has, that maybe it can pull it off, is to put a diagonal here. So if it can give us a 3-wave move right there, it has the hopes that it can start from here, pull back, flip this to support, and this is either A or 1, okay? 2 or B down here, and then C wave or, you know, 3rd wave. But right now, off the bottom, it doesn't have anything, so... And let me get in there a little closer. Uh... Yeah. Yeah. It's going to have to make a diagonal. I mean, you could stretch it and say 1, 2. But now it's got this overlap right there. No, it can't be a 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's going to have to make a diagonal here. Give you 3 up. And then you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a leading diagonal. That's its best hopes right now. Otherwise, it needs to reset itself. It needs to come on down, reset itself, so that it can begin a 5-wave move. Okay? All right, so this is the wave that we want the partner for. This is one of those coins that it could be argued that it's coming from back here as ABC. But it doesn't matter. If it puts a connector here, then it's going to give this a partner to the upside. You would trade it the same. So, invalidation 1, right here. Invalidation 2, and then 3's down there at the bottom of that wave. Looks like we've got 1, 2. It's in a 3rd, needs a 4th and a 5th. And then a pullback. And if it's going to be a 1, 2, 1, 2, when this 2 pulls back, it needs to stay on top of the previous one. Okay? That is what it will do if it's going to be a 1, 2, 1, 2. If it comes through this area right here, then its chances of being a 1, 2, 1, 2 just diminish. And then, just like the others, it'll be a connector, and then this leg is getting a partner. And then we would say 1 or A wave, 1 or A, 2 or B. But its first chance at bullishness is stay on top of here. Don't come underneath it. Oh, I just did FTM for 2 of you. All right, so Link has a lot of chop down here. So the bull is the same as all the others. Invalidation 1, invalidation 2. We would assume that this three-wave move ended it for the bull option. Actually, the invalidation for this one is actually can be moved up now to here. Because this one, the bull option is 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2. This is already in proceedings for a third wave or a C wave. Okay. So basically, the bull is it's like this. Okay. Now, don't get FOMO because you will get a pullback here that will flip all of this to support. Okay. If it's going to be the bull. The bear is that this is just going to be a three-wave move here. And that it needs to continue this back here in a three-wave move and break the low. And reset itself. So that it can go from there. You can clearly see with Link here that we've got this sideways chop. Okay. But it doesn't mean that it didn't end it here. It definitely could have ended it right here as a truncation. It would definitely have been a truncation. Because this didn't even break these wicks. But even if it's, say, you know, the bear and the others plan on going, it can flip this to support and put a connector there and then give this a partner and go up just like the other ones, but just in a different way. Okay? In a bear market rally. All right? So the whole key, all right, right now with Link is can it flip this area to support? Can it keep going and flip that to support? If it can do it, your stop goes right underneath that support. Okay. Eric, I hope that the chart I did was okay for the ARRR. OP, I've never heard of that one. OP. Oh. Uh, all right, well, the first thing I want to do with this is call it corrective as an ABC, okay? And to call this a 1-2-1-2 would not be correct because this wave is already bigger than this wave. But it doesn't mean it can't go higher, okay? Doesn't mean that it can't pop higher. So invalidation right now for it to continue up is that low. Actually, this is the invalidation 1. This is invalidation 2. So this needs to be in a little fourth wave, give us a fifth, and then pull back and flip the top of this wave to support. So that we can say 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Otherwise, if it can't do it, and it breaks this invalidation, then this is just a 3-wave move connector to give this leg a partner. That's still going to be bullish because now we have this type of correction, and then this will get a partner. Okay, so first thing you want to watch for is this to get a little higher and flip this to support. That would be bullish, okay, but we can't break this low. Otherwise, this leg's getting its partner. But it's still going to be bull. Like, there's nothing about these that are bear. Because its first initial move off the top was 3. The only question is are these connectors? And we just don't know yet. Okay. Guess that's all there is, huh? Must be a new one. All right, so this one's pretty easy. That area right there, where this fourth wave territory is what we don't want to see it break. Okay? If it does, then this is not a 3, a 4, and we're going to get a 5 to the upside. Okay? What it means is that it's done, and it's going to come down for a wave 2. And this is complete as a 1. It's got to stay on top of that area and not break it. We have this high peak that is suggesting that this is the third wave here. And then we have this divergence. Like, this is beautiful. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. As far as a coin, I mean. So I'm going to say that there's a high probability that it's done, and it's a 1, and it's going to come down for a 2. Now, if it loses this area, okay, then it has nothing but insufficiency here, which means it's going to come down. Potentially, it might hold here. If it doesn't, then it's coming here for that 2. But it can totally try and hold up here. But this rejection at the moment doesn't look too bad, okay? Even if it's a 5-wave move, it'll get its connector, 5 waves, and it could potentially hold way up there. This is a very nice one here. All right, well, our last request is Dodge. All right, so Dodge, however you say it, is one of those ones that it looks very corrective, okay? It's low right here. Totally came off the bottom there in a 3-wave move, okay? The only way we would be able to say that that's not true is to say that this wave right here was a truncation coming from this stuff back here, okay? That's the only thing. And then we would say that that's a 1 and that's a 2, and that this is the start of something to the upside, or A and B. And we're going to get C or third, okay? But I can tell, I just don't think so, guys. I think it was 3, 3, and then 5, and it started off with a flat, okay? All of this is a connector wave, but it still can give this 3, 3. It could easily put 5 here, like this. Okay. I could be wrong about that, and it really did truncate there, but I just don't think so. First of all, the truncation, it just doesn't have the look, even for a truncation, but it doesn't mean it can't go higher. So first invalidation is going to be here. And then second here. Okay. So we need this to turn into a little wave 1 and a 2 pullback. And then we would have the nest of 1, 2, 1, 2. Otherwise, what is it going to be? Another connector, okay? And it's just connecting this here to this. And then what can it do? Well, we'd have 3, 3, and then you could get a big giant flat right there. Still can give you that big C wave, even if this is not going to be the start of something right now. Okay. They're all suggesting up. All of them, no matter if they're corrective or not. They are suggesting up. All right. I will do S and X for the person that just came in. See how this wave really looks like an ending? Okay, that's the way it should look. So this is the wave that we want to get the partner for. Invalidation 1, invalidation 2. If this is going to go anywhere, which it doesn't really look like it, this would have to be, I just don't think so. Okay, so in this one, it's really looking 3 wavy. Then it wants this leg. Okay, and then you can say 1, 2, and this is a 1 and a 2. That's the bull. Okay. Say that I'm wrong, and this wave is the start of something, then it needs to stay on top of that area right there. Otherwise, it's going to invalidate itself, and it's just going to be a three-wave move. Okay, so no coming down underneath this. So bull, again, is 1. This is a flat 2. 1. Maybe 2's here. That would mean this is bullish. Otherwise, this is going to get a partner, and 2 is going to be over here. And I don't really see a bear because this leg should get a partner. The only bear would be that it's an A wave and that this is B. Okay. The 20K gap may never get filled. I mean, it's possible, Leo. You know? 20K gap. Do we still? Oh, I know what you're talking about. I kind of have a feeling that one will get filled. This one here. It's just, I don't know. It's pretty big when you look at it on CME. Especially in ETH. In ETH, it's big. Look how big that is. I don't think it's getting left behind. But it's possible. It is possible. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And if you're interested in a free trial for the Discord, just email me. Okay? You guys have a wonderful day.